What is love really? I mean, I hear a lot of people say that love is pain, or love is confusing, or love hurts, or I love someone and I don't know how to get through my life without having that person. It's all false. It's all not true. The love that you feel in life inside you is always in you. Love is something that is inside you. When you fall in love with someone, of course, outside yourself, what you can feel is a feeling in yourself. Take a moment to think about this. When you love someone outside yourself, you're feeling something inside yourself. Okay? Everything that is inside yourself is yours. Nobody can take that away from you. So when you love somebody and you feel it in yourself, and maybe they leave you or you lose them somehow, that love that you felt for them, it doesn't go anywhere. You just can't feel it because the pain of losing is bigger. But it's never love that hurts. Love is never painful. Love is bliss. The pain of losing is not love. Betrayal is not love. Cheating is not love. Frustration, conflict, arguing, being abandoned, neglected, abused, none of that is love. And it has got nothing to do with love. So I just want to say this. When we have grown up in a dysfunctional culture, whether it's like our culture that's dysfunctional or the family that's dysfunctional, doesn't matter. But the grown-ups who should have taught you the meaning of, for example, love, or what it is, or how it feels, or how you can deal with the negative emotions of losing or neglect or something, they didn't know. So they couldn't teach you. So you're on your own. And that's why you go through life thinking that love is pain or love hurts, because you never learned to differentiate between the actual emotions. Nobody ever taught you what love really is. So of course you are very confused and think that love can be pain. So the reason why I know this is, of course, because I was there. When I grew up, being a young adult in my late teens and early 20s, I had no idea who I was. And when I say I had no idea who I was, I mean it. I really, literally had no idea who I was. My mom was an alcoholic. My father was a narcissist. So there was no room for me. There was no compassion with me. There was no interest in me. There was no empathy with who I was, or curiosity to who I might be, or what I would want, or what my ambitions or dreams were at all. In fact, in my early 20s, I was so enmeshed in my father, because my mother, because she was an alcoholic, she was just sitting there drinking, being drunk most of the day. She wasn't really present. She wasn't abusive or anything, but she wasn't really present. So I took after my father, and my father was a narcissist, so I was manipulated into being enmeshed in him. And he taught me that that is love. Being enmeshed with a man, that is love. And of course, that's a lie, but he didn't know better. But when I grew up and I was in my early 20s, when I would have doubts about anything, or have to make a decision, I would think, what would my father do? What would my father say? What would he want? Which is, of course, really, really gross and totally dysfunctional. But I had no other choice, because no one had taught me. And that's my point, that when nobody teaches us in our childhood or as young adults, we don't have the tools to understand these things. We don't have the tools to create a better life. When people say you have to love yourself, we have no idea what that means, because we don't know love. I had no idea what love was. My parents, had no idea what love was. And maybe you're sitting out there having no idea what love is. But you know what? That's a very good access point. That's a very good foundation to actually knowing what love is, getting to know what love is. And of course, it's never funny to be abused or neglected or having been enmeshed or overlooked or whatever. Um, but acknowledging that that is what happened, this is who you are, that is a very good starting point. Because the first thing you have to do when you want to grow or you want to change is acknowledge exactly how it is right now. Instead of going, I don't want this, I don't want to be like this, I don't want to feel this. Instead of that, just feel who you are, or feel that you don't know who you are. Feel the pain, feel the loneliness, and acknowledge it. And acknowledge this is what it's like to be me right now. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you acknowledge that, you can start moving towards something else. But you have to acknowledge it first. So to get to know love, to get to know what really love really is and to understand it and feel it, you have to start by acknowledging that maybe you don't know what love is. And that's okay. Start by feeling and saying, maybe even say it out loud, I have no idea what love is. And that's okay. I am still worthy even though I don't know what love is. I wish you well, and I will be back soon with more. Take care.